Hi everybody! Today for Creative Creatures, we're going to see how I draw a crystal finch. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description, and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to do a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Now, explanation time. I mean, all we're drawing is a finch, right? We're going to draw a bird. But we're going to add the crystal part to it. So it's just, you know, a way for us to get a little creative and try to think what we could do for, you know, creative creatures, so to speak, you know? And that's it. That's the extent of it. I'm not going too crazy today. It's going to be an easy one. This one won't take very long at all. But, you know, it's just a way for us to just get a little crazy and draw different things. And plus, I'm trying to draw something a little sweeter, a little nice. The last few things I've drawn have been very boy, you know, very monster, you know, and I'm trying to draw a little bit sweeter, you know, something new, you know, a little more feminine, a little more pretty, because, you know, some people out there might like a little more pretty thing to draw instead of monsters with big teeth and stuff like that, you know. So basically, it's good practice for those of you that are experimenting with me. It's good practice for color. Color. It's a good practice for breaking the mold of doing things we normally don't do. Like speaking. I normally don't speak, and that's why I can't. But that's okay, because I'm a drawer, and that's what counts, right? And I'm just kind of getting some feathers down, just the kind of idea, just to see where it's going to go, because that's the main part, and then we're gonna bust it out with some big old crystals right here. So here's the creative part, is like, what do we do crystal wise, right? Little finch. I want crystals busting out like this, a little crazy, and so that's what we're gonna get a little creative with. Feathers versus crystals, you know, it's like, what do we do to make them separate? Something like that, right? Almost like a crown. I don't know, when I think of something like this, I think of something very regal, very, you know, he or she is a almost like a maybe king or queen, but, you know, very held upon high esteem by the other animals because of the creative crown type kind of thing that's on its head, you know, something like that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's as far as, let me see where we're falling off the page there. Okay, so yeah, so we'll do some more out here, just a few, you know, like maybe crystal tail, something, you know. Doesn't make any sense, absolutely not, but it's our page, it's our time, it's our Saturday, right? Okay, I'm ready to go. Let me erase some of these sketch lines, but not too much, because it's actually worked out pretty well. A lot of times I tell you to erase your sketchiness and keep your confidence. Well, sometimes I'm confident with my sketchiness. The sketch worked out so well that I don't want to get rid of it, but I want my Sharpie to stand out, so that's why I want to erase a few of these harder, darker confidence lines. Okay, oh, and I should probably take the paper down. It just came up. There we go, that ought to stay. Okay, so there we go. Let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch line and left myself, sorry, I fell. I dropped the pen. I had to go get it down. And left myself enough to see where we're going to go. So let's just jump right in with the Sharpie fine point. And I do a lot of different things. You can check out the link up here for the other creative creatures that we do, in case you don't like drawing Star Wars figures and stuff like that. Sometimes I do different ideas of different things just to see where we can take this, you know? So let's just go ahead and start with the beak, and that'll give us a good place of where we're gonna go and also a good starting point, right? So I'm gonna draw the beak like this. Now, I talked about in the sketch the crystal head that's gonna be going up like this, and you probably saw the picture already. So, just gonna do something like this just to start off with the beak. And I'm gonna do stuff like this. Let me add the eyeball real quick. I'm gonna do stuff like this, which is add the tiny details as we go with the Sharpie pen. So that's what I like to do with a pen, is just kind of add a little bit of extra stuff around, you know? I'm not gonna do too much because I wanna do more in color, but I do wanna accent a few things just to keep it like this, a little creative, a little, I don't know, basically, because I'm just creating, I'm just drawing. So I'm trying to talk to you while I'm doing stuff, but I really don't know what I'm doing anyway. But that's what I'm saying, is I'm gonna add extra stuff with this Sharpie fine point as we go. Okay? And again, making it up though, so don't worry about if it's, you know, why anything makes sense or what's supposed to be here and there. I'm just making it up. That's the nice thing about creative creatures, is there is no exact reason why, you know? Okay, so I think I'm gonna do let's do the crystals with the fine point. If you're working with pencil, you do whatever you want. I'm just showing you how I'm doing some thin, thick techniques with the pen and playing along those lines. So let's build up the body, then we'll come back to the crystals, right? So I'm gonna do like so it's not quite fur, but like a little bit of a jagged, slightly jagged feather body, because it's not super smooth, but it kind of is, you know? So I'm just playing around like this. That's gonna be the leg kind of tucked into itself with, again, the feathers and the fur. And it's gonna come up here to the body, and then we're gonna draw the wing. Let's do the leg so it has something to stand on. So I'm gonna come back here for the back of the leg, and then come down here for the bottom. And I have one foot down here and the other one over there. You saw the sketch, you know what we're doing. So I'm gonna do one toe like this, and do that old talon, that old sharp bird talon, going up here for this toe. This one's coming out here, gonna do this. And there's the other talon, and the back talon, back toe, and then this other toe right here, which is kind of underneath. You can't really see as much, or not underneath, but back behind, so you can't really see as much. And I should do most of this with color, but I like the scaly look of bird feet. I love drawing stuff like this because you get like this weird texture, you know, and it's just fun to actually add on to your drawing. So you don't have to do this, and I should probably be doing this with color, but it's just so much fun to draw like this and get creative with a different textured look, you know? Okay, so the back leg is back behind this one, so you're only gonna see this part down here to the back toe, this one right here to this front toe, because that's in front of all the rest. You draw what's in front first, so when you draw what's behind, there's only so much you have to draw, you know? Here's the first toe. And this is back here. That's right, it's the rubber toe. Gotta throw it in. It's either usually a free toe or rubber toe, or, you know, something silly like that. Or a Cheeto. I have a very special friend that works at Frito-Lay, so I'm gonna push Frito-Lay. We're not sponsored by them at all, but you know what? Love their chips. Love their chips. Okay, so again, I'm gonna add just a little bit of craziness here like this, and I'm just kind of going back and forth like that. You do what you want, and again, if you want to do it with color, you can do that too. I'm just doing it like this because, like I said, it's just so much fun to add, you know? And it just makes a creative, awesome texture. All right, and all these, not quite points. That's the one thing about a Sharpie fine point, is it's not made for tiny stuff like this. So I like to come back and add just a little bit of a talon point, just to kind of give it that real birdish talon, okay? Okay, so also, there's a lot of feathers and stuff like this up here that I'm not gonna do. Like, I'll add a little bit like this, just to kind of give it some texture, you know? But that's it. I want it lighter here anyway, so I'm gonna do the rest with color. Okay, so for the wing, again, there's some crazy wing stuff going on here, so I'm gonna draw kind of like this. Oops, I just hit the wall right beside me. And then there's a whole bunch of feathers in here like this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the first layer like this, and this is, here's this back, basically. These are all the feathers laying on top of each other, and then there's another row underneath, and another row underneath, and another, you know what I mean? It's like that. So this is my first one, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do this. Now I've already sketched where I'm going, so I'm just kind of drawing down and following my path. And it's okay if it doesn't touch. I'm gonna come back for that. Don't let your past dictate your future. Basically, that's the kind of lifestyle you want to lead with that, right? Is you made that decision and you're going to work towards it, or you're going to work around it, right? So I wasn't going to let that change up my inking technique here. That's just how you want to live your life, kids. Don't let your past dictate your future. You're in control. All right, so here's the other part of the wing, and I'm not drawing those. I think I want to do it with this Sharpie. They're super feather. Yes, super feathers. They are super fine feathers, and I think I'm just gonna do like this. And you don't have to. You know, you can do it with color if you want. But I'm trying to differentiate, again, the style of the feathers. Like that. Cool. Okay. So here's where we're getting to the crystal part. Let's do some more edges here. We'll give them like a little bit of bird feather, layered feathers type kind of stuff. Here I think I'm going to do it with the Sharpie. I'm drawing with the Sharpie. The whole thing is done with the Sharpie, you silly man. What I'm trying to say is I'm going to do it with the Sharpie pen. Okay, so let's give it a tail, and we're gonna say the tail is a little made up of crystals too. So I'm gonna draw a feather like this, and a crystal edge. So basically a hard straight edge like this. Same thing here, gonna do a feather coming up, and then a hard straight edge for a crystal, like that. I know it just looks like feathers, right? But here's what I'm gonna do for the crystals. I'm going to little stuff like that. See, little stuff like that, little zhuzhy lines like this. Just kind of give it that feathered look, you know? Because there's a lot in there. For crystals, I like to do just hard edges like this, like it's separated, it's splintered off, you know? Something like that. Sorry, my phone was ringing. Had to go and turn it off real fast. I thought I had it on Do Not Disturb, but it disturbed. Okay, so now that I see that, maybe I do want to do this with the big Sharpie and then just come back with the tiny Sharpie for details. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do the outline just like we did there. So I'm going to do hard edges like this. And again, I've already sketched it out, so I know kind of the pattern that I'm going into. And it's pretty much like I did the tail there. It's just going to be, what do you call it? Tiered layers. And tier like T-I-E-R, not T-E-A-R, like not like out of your eye, not crying tears. Tier like a level. And then I'm just going to add like some, like I said, just some crystal layers you know, that shows it's formed up into a crystal surface. I'm trying to think of a better word, but you know what? I'm not a speaker. I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it many more times. I'm a drawer, not a speaker. Evan and Caitlin, do you ever watch them? Oh, I love their shows. They have a great shirt saying words are hard. I need to order one of those now that I think about it. I love Evan and Caitlin. Okay, and so that's all I'm doing here, is just kind of creating, you know, just some kind of, you know, edged crystal stuff. And that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do, because I want to do more, but I think color was going to really make it stand out. So for creative creatures, that is a crystal finch.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.